Hey there, TJ here, and welcome to Yeah The Dees, where I'm going over our 4-point win in the grand final against Brisbane, Sunday the 27th of November at Brighton Homes Arena in Springfield, Brisbane. Yeah, we're premiers. How about that? It was such a tense game, just such a phenomenally tense game between easily the top two teams in the AFLW. And it was. There's a nice beer for this one. Cheers, guys. It was, really, just a really, really great contest, I find. It was definitely the best 4-goal game I've ever watched for, two teams going at it. Heart was in my mouth for a lot of the time, and it felt like it kind of got away from us a little bit in the first quarter. But we really controlled the game after quarter time, and just couldn't really get too much reward for our effort. But the ball stayed in our forward half for the majority of the rest of the game, and I was just really impressed with the way that the girls went about it and the effort that they put in. And that's all you can really ask for, is for people to keep trying and keep going, and they get the debut AFLW Flag for the D is the first one for us. We're the first club to win both an AFL and AFLW premiership since the AFLW competitions come in. It's been a good 15, 16 months for the club. Got the premiers. Where are we? No, that way. Got the premiers jumper on from 2021, and then to win a VFL premiership in 2022 and an AFLW premiership in season 7 of 2022 was really, really special. We're living in a great time to be a Demon. This is the kind of success that I've wanted for the club my whole life, and to be in it at the moment and experiencing is really, really special and really enjoyable. So I'm just so filled with joy about this win, about Daisy and Paxman getting premierships. Well, the rest of the club that try their guts out getting a flag as well. You Libby Birch, Eliza West, Taylor Harris, Tyler Hanks. There's just so many that you can litter off. Kate Hall, Libby Birch, Olivia Purcell, that all really deserve this flag, and I've gone into it. So let's get into the review, shall we? So this game almost started the way our last game finished in the prelim, with a nice Daisy snap, but unfortunately it sailed right for a point there for Daisy Pearce. I was like, wow, it really almost started how it started off, and it really would have kick-started, I think, us with a bit more energy in that first, but unfortunately it was able to go down the other end, and we had just a portion of time between about 2 minutes or even maybe a minute and a half, where the Brisbane kicked 2 goals in this quarter. And that's the only 2 goals they're going to kick for the game. And it happened in a very quick succession. They got their first goal through Davidson, who she just rubs me the wrong way for some reason. I don't know why, but I really, really dislike her. No offense personally, I'm sure she's, fine, but it just really rubs me the wrong way, that play. And, you just get players from clubs that just annoy you for whatever reason, and she's one that annoys me. And, of course, she was the one that led into space for a really easy mark and was able to put that through for a goal. And then, they get the ball out of the middle from the ball up after that goal and go forward again, and we end up giving away a high tackle in our defensive 50 to give Brisbane another chance for goal, which they convert, and that's their 2 goals basically for the quarter. Daisy put that point on earlier, and we had the Fitzsimons chance right at the end of the quarter, where she got tackled running in towards goal, and it was a bit of a rough holding the ball, I thought, because her foot did make contact with the ball before it hit the ground. But I can see why it was paid holding the ball. With the umpire being in the position that he was, he wouldn't have seen that it actually hit her foot. So we kind of got robbed a goal there, and that helps keep this game very low. There's a few times where we had some really strong chances, and they weren't able to come to fruition. So we go into the first quarter with only the singular point, and Brisbane with 2 goals. So they go in up by 11 points at quarter time. That is the biggest lead in the game at any stage. But once the second quarter hits and from straight away, we had made a few adjustments and we really just take control of the game. There was a few opportunities in this quarter as well. One through Taylor Harris, who took a fantastic mark inside 50 and booted it from about 35 metres out, but it went left for a behind. She almost got another one on the goal line, which got touched on the line there as well. But we were able to break through eventually through the Irish lass Blythe Macon for her, who kicked our first goal for us in an absolute ripper, and she got plenty of press in Ireland for it as well, which is really, really cool. I managed to see a few articles that were shared on the Demonland forum from Ireland, talking about how she helped Demons team in Australia win a flag, and that's really nice for her. And apparently she's going to go back and play a bit of Gaelic football for her home club in the off seasons. During this quarter as well, Taylor Harris got hit in the face and started bleeding under the cheek. So I'm not sure how you get hit in the face and not get a free kick, and you get hit hard enough to cut you open. She got away with it for a little bit. She was like trying to wipe it off and not get forced off for the blood rule, but she does eventually. And she's looking quite Amazon warrior-like. She's got both the shoulders taped up after the injuries that she sustained the week before, and now she's got this Nelly-like Band-Aid across the cheekbone, and she just gets on with it and gets back out there for the third quarter. So that was pretty fantastic. We also had Casey Sheriff have another chance to score in the second quarter from the boundary, but was unfortunately unable to get it through there. So we go into half time. Brisbane still the 2 goals straight, 12 points to us, 1 goal for 10. So we're down by 2 points at half time. And yeah, you could really feel that this just wasn't going to be a high scoring game. We weren't going to get off the chain and just put this team away because of the way that the pressure was put on from both of the teams. It's just these teams are playing at the highest level of women's football. But yeah, third quarter kicks off, and there was a really nice mark in the square from Taylor Harris after Kate Hall was able to slam it on her boot and kick it forward. So she's able to take a great chest mark. She almost looked like she tried to play on from it to try and be able to put the ball through, but the umpire just pulls it back, and she kicks a goal from the top of the goal square. And because we've had all those behinds, we're now in front by 4 points. So that helped us get in front, and we end up leading for the rest of the game. Yeah, another chance in that quarter was with Casey Sheriff, who hit the post whilst kicking it off the ground. There was a really, really good shot on goal by Brisbane during this quarter, which bounced over a few of our players, but one of us were able to get a touch on it, and they celebrated like they had just hit the front, but the umpire saw it and was able to register it as it rushed behind. Davidson again marks overhead with 20 seconds to go after kind of pushing Kate Hoare in the back. You could argue that it was with the shoulder, but it looked pretty blatant. But she missed that shot on goal, and thank God for that. We go into three-quarter time with the same margin as half-time, except we're in front now instead of behind. So we're 2 points up, going in with 2 goals 5 to 2 goals 3. So we're 17 points to 15 points. And not much will get scored in this last quarter. And this was one of the biggest pressure quarters I've ever watched in my life. I was on the edge of my seat for the entire 15 minutes. It was pretty much first goal wins. And we were only able to convert 2 rush behinds pretty much from memory. I think maybe one of them was kicked, but yeah, it was just some really great choices with coaching positions and tactical, defensively tactically smart by putting Kate Hall back behind the ball, putting some more numbers behind the ball. Eden Zanko, I think, was really important throughout this game, especially in the second half. She was a really great marking option. And just the desperation in the last 2 minutes of the game was just something else. And when the final siren finally went, I shed a tear. It was just the emotion that you go through watching something like that with that much tension for 15 minutes it was just very, very difficult to put into words to really explain why I was feeling that way. Like, I didn't cry or shed a tear after the men won, because I was just in such disbelief that we put on 107 points to 7 in the last, quarter and a half of footy. But with this, it was like, they might not get there. They might not get it. They might have gone through this whole season and played so well, and they might not win, but they did. And they did get there. And just the joy on all of their faces. And, some of the games that some of these players played, like Maddie Gay played the best game I've seen from her all year. And she has been a really solid servant for this club. She had a couple of down games, been a bit injured this season. And she just came back to her best in some really, really important moments and took some really strong marks and had some really accurate kicks that really just got us moving. So, I was really, really impressed with our midfield and how they were, they kept backing up the contests after being sort of pushed back or kept down, because it was just contest after contest. And, that can be really draining on you mentally when you're really trying to force things out, and it's just, you're getting dogged down, you're getting tackled, it's ball up here, ball up there. And, but I'm just so overjoyed that the girls could just get it done in the end. There's a lot of stuff about doing it for Daisy, but there's a lot of other players at this club that deserve this flag as well. There's a group of 5 of them there that have been there since the start. But yeah, absolute nail biter. I've seen plenty of comments about people bagging out the score, but I'm telling you, that was the best 4-goal game I've ever watched in my life. And I don't think the score really matters. It matters about the play and the tension and the skills and all that sort of thing. And you watch footy to watch two teams compete, and then the score in the end can kind of be irrelevant as long as you're watching a really, really good hard contest and watching people crack in. And that's what you want to see in footy. You want to see people crack in, and this game was two teams cracking in to the contest and not giving up and just going hard at it. So yeah, I couldn't be more overjoyed. Game was super even. Look at that. Disposals exactly the same. Kicks exactly the same. Handballs exactly the same. Free kicks one different. 22 in clearances each. We had 28 inside 50s to 19, and that really shows how much we dominated the game in our forward half after quarter time. But one of our big issues was marks inside 50. We only got the 3 from the 28 inside 50s. They had 5, had a couple of shots on goal, and they kicked one of their goals from one of those marks. Contested possessions, look at that, 94 to 96, very, very even. But the tackle count was where Brisbane were really putting on their extra pressure, and they were a little bit better than us in that with the tackles, 86 to 57. And then we were a little bit better from hit outs. So we were getting the hit out probably, and tended to get the first touch. But they were ended up tackling, keeping us in the contest, keeping ball ups happening, and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it was a decent sort of spread of possession getters, nothing too high. Well, I knew Alyssa Bannon would be tagged throughout the game because last time we played them, she kicked 3 goals and knocked them out of the prelim final. So you always knew that Alyssa Bannon was going to get focused on by Brisbane, and she probably always will. But yeah, Eliza West with the 19 disposals, Olivia Purcell had 16, and she was just really everywhere when things got really when things were getting bad, and just she was really able to step up, and having 12 kicks and just trying to move the ball down the ground was really, really important. Same with Tyler Hanks. Usually she's a handball machine, but she had 12 kicks and 2 handballs because she was just trying to move the ball down there. Sinead Goldrick is just such a firecracker. She doesn't really have the best skills in the team, but her effort and the way that she attacks the ball is second to none. And I was really, really impressed with her year and her performance in this game. Just got the 5 touches, but the way that she just cracked into contests made other people second guess themselves. I mentioned before Maddie Gay, I thought she had her best game of the year, and that's 15 disposals with 12 kicks, 3 handballs, 3 marks, and 2 tackles, and that's just a really, really solid game from a defender. Libby Birch, 8 disposals. So no one really standing out as a huge wow, look at how many possessions this player got. So that's probably why we didn't have a standout for the best on ground. But yeah, it was probably in my opinion, I really liked Taylor Hanks's game, Eliza West's, and Maddie Gay's game. I thought they were quite fantastic, and they were the difference and why we won. So yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on the AFL Grand Final. I'm thrilled that we got the win. It will be a game I'll definitely watch again. I've already watched it twice now, and very enjoyable to watch any sort of premiership win in the red and blue. So thank you for watching Yeah The Dees, and I'll do another video probably next week on the draft. I'm going to have a bit more research on the people that we picked up, because I used to keep an eye on the younger leagues a lot more when I was a bit younger, because I was really interested in who we were picking up. But since we're a good club now and don't really have early draft picks, haven't really been looking at it too much. So I need to do a bit more research on Matthew Jefferson and Jed Adams and everyone else that we've just picked up in the rookie draft today. So leave your thoughts in the comments below. This has been Yeah The Dees.
Petrarca! Oh wow! How good is that?
Sparrow to make it a 3-goal, 3-footer dive. He's got it!
Surely not another one. Handball to Oliver. Streaming through. Bang! Bang, bang, bang!
Melbourne are the premiers for 2021!
And it's just so special for our club, mate, our club.
Lastly, after 57 years of pain, it's coming home.